Hello everyone, welcome to the channel of RD Automation Learning. So in this video, would discuss in detail about the background verification and how the companies are doing background verification check. Now, this is a very important thing, and as an IT employee or as a non-IT employee also, you should be fully aware about the things that are pertaining to the background verification check or the BGV. And we also know the reason behind how an employee, after getting the offer letter, after onboarding into the company, might get laid off, might get rejected because of the BGV getting failed. So we will discuss about these particular things in detail, and I'll tell you every minute detail about this particular things. And before we move ahead, what I would do is I would also like to tell you, I would update you about the career guidance that we are doing with respect to the queries that we are getting. So we are getting a lot of queries from the candidates, and this is a call that you can book with respect to the career guidance. If you are looking for any kind of guidance with respect to the job opportunities in testing, or if you're not getting calls, if your resume is not getting shortlisted, then I'll share with you a few of the tips and tricks to get your resume shortlisted via Naukri. And I'll also assist you with the ATS friendly resume template things. So you can book the call for the career guidance. Okay, now coming to the agenda of this particular video. So how the BGV is done. So we have three kinds of categories. So first is the startup based companies, and the next is the mid-scale companies. Okay. The third is the MNC, or I would say big firms or large companies. Okay. So these are the three kinds of companies in which we have categorized this particular BGV. Now, when it comes to startup based companies, so startup based companies, they don't have any other consultancy, or they don't have any third party vendor for doing the background verification. They are doing everything by themselves. So startup based companies are doing the BGV at their end itself. They don't have any other external or third party consulting services. Okay. Mid-scale companies, what do they do? So mid-scale companies will have a kind of the third party tie-ups, and these are the companies which will contact your HR person of the last company, and there is a form that they will be rolling out. So your form would look like this. So let me share those details from you with you. So these are the details that they will share. So this entire thing is a form that would go to your previous company seeking the details of this particular things. And once they confirm, then and then only your BGV would be completed. So these are the details: candidate name, company name, employee ID, designation, date of joining, date of leaving, supervisor name and designation, remuneration, nature of employment. So they'll share this official email also, and they'll contact on your behalf from the company in which you're getting interviewed. So this is how the form would go to your employer, to your previous employer where you were working, and your details will be asked. So this is about the mid-scale companies. Now comes the important thing. So that is MNC companies, the big firms, the large companies. So what they will do? So they have got a detailed process of BGV, and it takes 2 to 4 weeks. You will not be confident, and you'll say, is it so? Is it taking too long time? I have got shortlisted. I have got selected in an interview. My interview went well. They have asked me some of the documentations, but they are not responding back. So they'll not respond you till 2 to 4 weeks. Okay. So within 2 weeks, they'll come to know about the conclusion, whether your BGV is clear or not. And if there is anything that your BGV is failing, then they will not update you. They will neither ever tell you as well that I'll get back to you. They will not come back to you at all. They will not give you any kind of confirmation or any kind of updates as well. So MNC kind of companies, the big firms, why it takes so long time to do the background verification? Because they are doing police verification, They are doing address based verification. Okay. Not only that, but they are also doing college based verification. So from the college, they'll get the information whether your degree is genuine or not. From the address, you'll come to know. They'll try to figure out whether you are actually living there. So at times they might also ask you about your nicknames, because in the neighborhood, when they are sending some of the people to do the BGV, so they might not be aware about your full names, right? And they'll be asking you the neighborhood about your nickname, so that they'll come to know, okay, whether this person is living at this particular residential address only, which has been mentioned in the form or not. From the police level verification, they'll figure out whether this particular is a proper employee, or a candidate is a proper citizen and has not indulged into some kind of drug addict or any kind of cases in the past. So they'll try to check all these things. Hence, it takes 2 to 4 weeks for the MNC company to do the verifications. Now, not only this, but I'll also tell you one more thing. Few of the companies, they intentionally start the BGV after you get onboarded. Okay. Why? Because if your BGV gets failed, then they'll get a chance to lay you off, right? So sometimes the companies are not, or the organizations, they are not very short about the projects that they are going to get, right? So let's say they got some client, and the client has given them three projects, A, B, and C. But still, the funding has not started from the client, but the client has told that this projects will be started, so you start hiring for working in this particular projects. So let's say there are requirement of 25 to 30 roles in this. Okay, but the funding has not started, so company will feel the funding has not started, so maybe all the three projects, if it goes up and running, it is fine. But if one or two projects get laid, or I mean, if one or two projects get shut down, then you'll have to do layoff. And when you do layoff, the company's impression or the company's market value will also go down. So what they will do, they will hire you, they will onboard you, but they will not start the BGV. And once, let's say you got onboarded and all the projects are working fine, then it's fine. But if one of the project goes down, and out of A, B, and C, let's say now A and B project are only there, so they'll have to work with respect to C project. So 25 to 30 roles means, let's take an example, 10 projects in every 10 roles, or 10 candidates were to be hired in every of the project. So now they have 30 people who are working for 20% job, right? So what they will do, they'll try to lay off 10 people. And in those cases, they will try to make their BGV intentionally fail. And you'll be surprised. I was working in this company since last 3 months. But what happened all of a sudden? Today, I got an email from the HR that my BGV has failed. So I am not eligible to work in this company at all. So what do you feel? Should this BGV be done before getting an candidate or an employee onboarded, or it should be done later? I would suggest it should be done before itself, because see, there are certain aspects that you should not play around with. When you are giving a job to an employee, when you are giving a job to a person or a candidate, right? You are taking care, you are taking care of him by giving him the salary, right? It's not like the salary is everything, but that person is working maybe 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours for you. So if his BGV is not perfect, or his BGV is going to get failed, then you should not get on board. You should not onboard that particular candidate itself, right? Let him try in some other companies. In this manner, what would happen if you're working in any company for 3 months? Then again, in the next company, you'll have to give the answer. Why did you leave that company in 3 months? So those kind of things would happen. So when you are getting onboarded, make sure with the HR, you can also have a very kind of casual talk that the BGV and all those things are done or not, right? So those kind of things can be taken care if you have a good relation with the HR. But again, if you are someone with whom the HR has not talked anything, then never ever go on the first day and ask them whether the BGV is done or not. They might feel suspicious something about your profile, even if it is not. right? So it's very important that you have to take care of all these things. And this was a short video we created to give you an insight of how the BGV is done, and how the BGV at times it is done after you get onboarded or after you get hired, so that there are chances, if there are chances that the projects are not coming, then you might get laid off. And through that BGV, they'll play that particular blame game on you, that because of the BGV, you got laid off. So that's it about today's video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more updates.